Good morning everybody, and welcome to our daily video blog. This is our Monday rewind on a Tuesday. Yesterday we had our Troubleshot Tuesday on a Monday because of the late finish of the PGA Tour being played on Labor Day, and so we're doing this today. It is our 104th Monday rewind. And so we're coming to the end of all of these daily video blogs, and I will get into more in-depth a little later in the week as to what's going to be following this. Very exciting stuff coming up. There will be 2 more Monday rewinds. The tournament season is not over, and so we still have a couple of tournaments coming up. And so we will do 2 more Mondays, so we'll do 105 and 106. But all the others, the Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays will be no longer except for this week. So let's start with the PGA Tour, and Bryson DeChambeau continued his impressive play. I think it makes him a totally automatic pick for the Ryder Cup. He's proved that he has the game to beat anybody on the planet. We had the best players in the world here, and Bryson won both tournaments fairly convincingly. He did have about a 4-shot lead yesterday, and it did dwindle, and he did only end up winning by 1 by beating Justin Rose. Justin Rose had a horrible start. Justin Rose was 4 over par. I'm sorry, he wasn't 4 over par. He made 4 bogeys in the first 8 holes. Now he did offset that with 3 birdies, but still he was over par. But he played the back 9 brilliantly and ended up in 2nd place alone. There was a lot of people who I thought were going to make a run for this. Abraham Ancer from Mexico, front 9, played beautiful, very composed, looked like he had everything in control. Again, the heat of the moment. It's so hard to win, and when you've never won before, it just is so hard. So he kind of faded, made a mess of the last hole, and so he faded. Cameron Smith, the kid that is 25 years old and looks like he's 15, he was making a run. I thought he was going to do something. He also, faded off. And so the only person who didn't fade off was Bryson, and Bryson just played steady golf. The last hole, he had a 1-shot lead. It's a par 5. He did the smart thing. He just knocked his drive down the middle, laid up short, because a couple of people had hit it fat and hit it in the hazard. So he was smart, just laid it up, pitched it on, and 2-putted, left himself a 3-inch putt for his par, and congratulations to him. The tournament that I really enjoyed this weekend was the European Tour, and they played the Made in Denmark Championship, and that was played at a golf course called the Silkeborg Rye Golf Club in Denmark, and that is Thomas Bjorn's home golf course. And of course Thomas Bjorn was there he has to give his Ryder Cup picks today, his 4 picks, and so I was very, very impressed with the play. It ended up in a 4-way tie. I think it's the first time in European Tour history. I don't know about the PGA Tour, but 4 players, all from England. So we had Lee Westwood, Stephen Brown, Jonathan Thompson, and Matt Wallace. And Matt Wallace came to the 10th hole in regulation 6 shots behind the leaders, and he birdied 4 of the last 5 holes, the last 3 in a row, including sinking a really clutch putt on 18 that got him into the playoff. So the 4 players, all from England, first time ever, went into a playoff. The first hole, they played the 18th as the playoff, and Westwood and Jonathan Thompson both parred, but Matt Thomas and Stephen Brown both birdied. Again, Wallace holed a clutch putt, so they went back down to the 18th tee again and played it again. Wallace hit his second shot exactly the same place as the first one, about 10 feet, and man, that guy was clutch, and he holed that putt right in the middle. Thomas Bjorn watching on, he would, if I was the Ryder Cup captain for Europe, he would be one of my picks. He proved, the same as Bryson did, he proved that he can play in the heat of the moment. He birdied that 18 3 times in a row, and if you take his last 5 holes, if you take the 3 holes of the tournament plus the 2 holes of playoff, he made 5 birdies in a row. Very impressive. This guy 3 years ago was about to give up golf, and somebody talked him into trying one more year. He won a tournament on the Alps Tour, which is like the 3rd tour down. The Challenge Tour is like our web.com tour, but he got promoted with that win onto the Challenge Tour, and he won a couple of tournaments on the Challenge Tour that carried him onto the European Tour, and in the last 18 months he's won 4 times worldwide, 3 times on the European Tour. That is getting your game back in shape, so congratulations to him. We had a first-time winner in the LPGA Cambia Portland Classic, Marina Alex from New Jersey. Congratulations to her first LPGA win. She played like a champion. At the start of the final round, Georgia Hall was 4 strokes in the lead. 6 strokes in the lead. And I thought there might be a English sweep. You know, there's the famous, the British are coming with Paul Revere. And I thought, well, that's going to be my headline, because I thought, you know, Georgia Hall is going to win the LPGA, and maybe Justin Rose, you know, or Hatton would win the tournament at TPC Boston. So it wasn't to be. Marina shot a 65 in the final round. Georgia Hall choked her way to a 75. There was a 10-shot swing, and so Marina Alex actually won by 4. Shocked me when I turned on the TV and saw the difference. I just thought I'd catch the end just to see, but boy, all over. Scott McCarron, he won the the Champions Tour event, and you know, when you're playing tournament golf, every single shot counts. So on about the 14th or 15th hole, Scott McCarron last year had a hole-in-one. This year stepped up, bam, did it again, hole-in-one on the 15th, which all of a sudden put him in the picture and put him one ahead of Joe Durant. And on the 17th hole, Joe had about a less than 2 feet, maybe 18-inch putt, and he went and one-footed it and put the putter behind to tap it in, and he lipped it out. It cost him, because Scott McCarron ended up winning by 1. And I think, you know, Joe Durant is going to think of that putt every time he opens his eyes in the middle of the night. He's going to think of that putt. Every shot, every chip is important. Take your time, it counts. Next week we have the BMW Championship at Aronimink, which is an absolutely beautiful golf course, and that's in Newtown, PA. The European Tour is at my favorite place in the world, Crans-sur-Sierre. This is in the mountains of Switzerland, and it is so beautiful. And I love watching that tournament because the scenery is just spectacular. If I had to play there, it'd be like playing Pebble Beach. Your eyes would not be on the golf course, it would be on the scenery around. No tournament for the LPGA and no tournament for the seniors this week. And so that's our wrap up for Tuesday, and stay tuned for the rest of the week for our final episodes and an announcement on what's coming in the future.